The target marketing tool in the Business Builder and Turbocharged editions is a easy to use but very powerful, very flexible tool that allows you to find very targeted lists of clients from your database. You could keep it simple if you want and just mail shot everybody in a particular postcode, or the way this is designed to be used really is to get really targeted, or just to use it for its multi-wave facility, and I'll come to that in a second. But if we talk about the target marketing aspect, and the difference it makes is it's the difference between doing a bulk mail shot that's like firing a shotgun and doing a really targeted mail shot, which is like getting a laser sighted rifle out and just picking the clients out that you want and hitting them direct. And there's lots of examples that we can give you and work with you on if you become a user, but one of the examples that we use this for is for targeting the same areas that we're doing leaflet distribution in. So if we know our leaflets are going into what we perhaps call our Doncaster North East area, the leaflet distributors can only get to certain parts of the area, so they can't get to the remote villages. So we're not able to contact those people that are in the remote villages but live in that Doncaster North East area. So the way that we have this set up is we have several filters set up that find clients in those particular areas when we're doing the leaflets, so that we can actually mail shot the people in that same area and say, we're doing a mail shot in the area, we know you don't always get leaflets, or we want to make sure you don't miss the leaflet offer. And that double whammy works really well, because we do get people say, oh yeah, I had the leaflet a couple of weeks ago and then I got your letter. So this target marketing tool allows you to get really clever, and as I say, we'll work with you as you become a user on the way that you can use some of these mailings that you can do through here. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of this then. It's found under the target marketing facility, and if we click in here, I'll show you the demo one that we've put on. So we'll choose the demo one, click show, and we can already see that the demo one that we've put on here, it dates it, it gives it a name and what filter ID it's used, and they're just set up as demo. And we can see the actual response in value of sales that we've had from this mailing on this front screen here. So we can see that this mailing has generated £787.49. Now to drill into the details of that, we go into the amend facility, and this is the actual mailing tool that's in the target marketing. So this is the name, it's the demo mailing using the demo filter, and this is the wave 1. So the first wave that went out to a total of 74 people. This tool allows you to mark the responses, so when you send the mailing out it records it in the client's record, and then you can mark the actual responses to the mailing in the client's record. That carries this through for your analysis and shows the responses here. So we've got 6 responses to this mailing. It tells you what the conversion rate is on that mailing, so that's an 8.1% conversion on the mailing, and the total job value of sales actually generated and booked in and marked as done and booked. And there's also just a wave note there about what the offer was in the letter. Now, I did say that this allows you to do a multi-wave mailing, and again, this is a really powerful tool when we use this for our reminder. So the job reminders go out, and they'll go out at the end of the month prior to the 12-month or 24-month anniversary. So if it's the March mailing, it'll go out the last week in February, and it just says that the March offer's on, it's 12 months since you last used us, or 24 months since you last used us. And again, those letters are personalised and mail merged and talk specifically about the exact period, 12 months or 24 months, so it's not a generic letter. But the great thing about this is, again, because it's recorded on the contact log, and if the client rings in you can mark responded today, that also means that you can send a follow-up mailing to the people that haven't responded. So you'd come into the target marketing tool here, and you'd come into the mailing that you've created, and you can see that there's a wave detail here. All you would simply do is click the add wave button. It would add the second wave on, and what you can see here is it's automatically reduced the wave size to 67. Now we know that there's been 6 responses, so it's automatically removed those, but that still leaves a couple that haven't actually responded. Now what the system's doing there is, it's very clever. If you get any returned mail and you mark in the client record it's gone away, or somebody contacts you and says don't market me again, and you mark that in the client's record, they're also automatically removed from this next mailing. So the system double checks for the responses, double checks to see any of the archived, moved on and do not mail shop, and the reporting is done in the bottom of this grid. So if we scroll down here we can see that there are some there. They've been asked to remove because they've moved, MO is moved on, and DNM do not mail shop. So they're the 2 additional ones that have been removed automatically by the system. And then you've got a couple of options here. You can either click letters, and then you would choose the letter that you want to send to these people, and you've got several print options and things, and that'll mail merge all the details in. Or you can create labels, a merge file, a grid list to do other things with, or you can click the Excel file. If you click the Excel file, it creates, again, a record on the contact log. So at the right hand side of the client's record, it puts in that they've had this second follow-up mailing, and if they respond to that one, you can mark that they've responded to that one as well. And then when you come back in here, they'd be removed automatically from this here if you were to follow up and do a third mailing. Now, I encourage you to try this and try a second follow-up mailing. It makes a huge difference. We often find that we get almost the same results from a second mailing as we do the first, and the response that we get is usually that they were going to give us a call and they put the letter to one side and then just forgot. So we do a lot of this where we send a letter out first and then follow up with a postcard. That's if we're not following up with a telesales call, which is detailed in another video about how you can use the telesales call. So it's up to you. You can use the telesales, or what we do with a lot is the second follow-up actual mailing with just a postcard saying, did you just remember the offer's only on for March or something. Now I'm just going to delete that wave there, so I can show you some of the other reporting that's in there. I'm just going to close that down, and I'm going to open a sample client's record. So what we've got is, you can see on the contact log here that target marketing campaign and the details that it was a mail shot, and there's a button here that says responded today. So when the client rings in, we can, and they say they've had the letter, we can click response today. It automates the where did you get our telephone number source from today. So all the analysis and everything is done in the background. So I've just quickly added a job onto the system there. If I now close this down and go back, we'll go back to that target marketing tool, and we'll show you how it's recorded that on there. If we click that, amend, and you can now see that it's changed that to 7 responses, which is a 9.46% return, generating £889.99 worth of work from it. So you can see it's a really powerful tool. It allows you to find very, very targeted groups of people, to generate a mailing which is much more personalised, which gets a much better response than a generic reminder letters and things. So what we're saying is, you're going to save on the number of mailings that you're sending, so you're going to save money. The conversion rate is going to be higher, so your return on investment is going to be much higher, just using this simple target marketing tool. And all the support and everything that you need is included in the Business Builder and Turbocharged packages. We help get you going, we help start building your first campaigns as well, and we'll share some of the letters that we use in our existing business and some of the other letters that other users allow us to share and things like that. So that's target marketing. As the name suggests, targeted marketing for less spend, better return on investment, and that's what GetBookedUp's all about.